right. How are you?
I'm good. My name's Charlotte, and I'm the sales rep from Gartner. Here's my business card. I want to go ahead and give that to you before I forget. My phone and my email's on there, as well as my personal cell in the back, just in case you need everything.
Thank you.
We agreed to meet for 20 minutes today. Does that still work for you?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. All right. And I'd like to ask you some questions, but I just want to make sure, is there anyone else that needs to be here in the decision-making process?
No, I think me today would be all right.
Okay. All right. Before we get started, I want to get to know a little bit about you. I love to know who I'm working with.
Sure.
So please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Jackson, Missouri, not very far from here. I went to SEMO myself, and it's actually where I met my wife, and we're married now. We've been married now for 10 years. I've been with the Red Hawk Group also for 10 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I see you have some pictures of kids. How old are they?
Oh, yeah. I have two younger daughters, one's 7 and one's 4.
Oh, wow. I bet they keep your hands full.
They do. They're very energetic.
Understandable. I have a 5-year-old, and she does not stop going. It's crazy.
They're a handful sometimes.
The amount of energy they have. Okay. I don't want to waste any of your time. I know you're a super busy person. But before we get started, can we go ahead and discuss a little bit of a budget? Have you guys talked about that? I know you have your board of directors, but I just want to go ahead and clear the air with the whole budget situation.
We've had talks about it. We'd like to try to keep it in the $50,000 range.
$50,000 range? Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and jump right in then?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. How has business been lately for you?
It's been good, There's definitely been some areas we've seen we could improve on.
Okay.
Which is kind of the reason for our meeting today.
Right. What kind of areas do you need improvements on?
One major area would probably be our budgeting. We lack a lot of experience in that area, just knowing where we stand with our expenses and our revenue.
Right.
And a lot of that comes from not being able to benchmark with other companies in our industry. So.
Okay. So what kind of problems is that causing for you exactly?
It's just not allowing us to effectively run our business to its fullest potential. Not knowing where we can cut back to increase revenue is affecting our business.
Right. How important is it, or how much would it benefit you to have a better understanding or a better knowledge of where you need to stand as far as your expenses and your revenues?
Well, in the long run, hopefully it would show us where we could cut back, and long term, hopefully that would increase our revenue.
Right. Okay. Is there any other areas that you need help on, or?
Yeah, and just another main area is probably our researching resources. They're pretty limited right now. A lot of our stuff we have is pretty out of date. So.
Okay, and how is this affecting your decision making in certain situations?
Well, like you said, our decision making in those certain situations, we might come across a situation that we have nothing about, and then to go and research it, it's 5 years, it's so out of date. So it just kind of hurts our adaptability to new situations.
And being able to adapt to the situations or issues is pretty important to you, would say?
Yeah, most definitely.
Does it impact your day-to-day activities?
Yeah, it just being knowledgeable would help our business a lot in the future, making decisions.
Right. Okay. So what you're telling me right now is that you're having an issue with you don't have really much experience in budgeting, and you don't have a benchmark of where you need to be at in terms of your finances, and that you're having problems because you have limited resources when it comes to research, and so you don't feel like you can make accurate decisions. Is that correct?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there.
Okay. So if I could show you a couple tools that would help you get a better understanding of a budget, and as well as show you research tools that you could use, is that something you'd be interested in, that you have time for today?
Most definitely.
Okay, so great. The first tool that we have is our IT budget tool, and this is what this here, it shows you basically an insight of what you're doing in terms of your spending, as well as what you're bringing in your revenue. So there's a couple different tools over here that are going to help you with those, and then there's also a page over here that shows you kind of tips on where you maybe should cut back on spending, or where you can increase a couple things of revenue. So
right.
just basically it's going to give you also a benchmark of where you're at compared to everybody else in your industry. So that is that. And then the second one I want to show you is also on the computer. It's a research database tool. And so this basically is kind of like Google in a sense. You just type in what you want to research, and it's going to give you a bunch of different articles. There are over 135,000 different articles that you can research,
Wow.
and over 13,000 different topics. So if you're having a problem making a decision on budget, all you do is have to type in budget, and it's going to give you a bunch of different articles that you can read that are hopefully going to be able to help you gain some knowledge on the decisions that you need to make.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're both really cool, both very easy to use, so it's really great. So how are you feeling about these two tools?
I'm liking what you're showing me. I mean, it seems like these two tools could really help out our business in the long run. I mean, the only thing that's bothering me right now is it seems like it might be a little pricey.
Okay, so the IT budget tool is a little more expensive than our competitors. I will not lie to you about that. But the really great thing here is I have a chart, and this chart basically shows you this is a company who has used our IT budget tool, and this is where they started, and they have continually gone up since using the IT budget tool. Because it shows you, where you need to cut back or where you can gain a couple extra dollars on different things. So basically this is going to pay for itself, which is it's a great investment really, because you're making money, you're saving money,
Right.
and it's going to pay for itself. So it's not, it's just a good overall tool
Yeah.
that's going to save you money.
Right. You make a good point.
Okay, so how are you feeling about that? Does that answer your concern about the whole money
I
issue?
feel a little bit better about that.
Right, okay, great. Do you have any other concerns about anything else?
Yeah. You showed me your database researching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of curious how up to date that might be.
Okay.
Because that has been one of our issues recently.
Right, of course, you said that. So let me go in here and type in this. We're having issues with budget. We're going to type in budget. Okay, and I'm going to type in 2017. Look at how many
Wow.
different articles there are. This is all from this year alone, and they're already working on different ones for 2018. Like, this database is so up to date. There are constantly people working on it, constantly people reviewing these articles, making sure they're accurate. These articles are really going to help you make better decisions because you're going to have all this knowledge after reading these articles, and you get to pick. It's easy to use, and it's up to date. Like, this is from 2007. This is from last week.
Wow.
So it's very up to date.
Yeah, that's definitely what we've been missing.
Okay. Are you good with that one?
Oh, yeah.
Any other
Oh,
concerns
yeah.
on that one?
No, not at all.
Okay. So basically what I've shown you today is we have two tools, the IT budget tool. It's going to help you learn more about your budget, where you're spending money, where you need to be saving money, as well as just a benchmark of where you should be at in terms of everyone else in your industry. And then the research database tool that's going to help you gain some knowledge on issues that you're having or situations that happen that you need to learn more about before you make a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we feeling about those on a scale of like 1 to 10?
I say we're up there, close to a 10. I'm liking what you're telling me. It seems like this could really help benefit our company in the future.
Okay, so do you think Gartner could be the person to solve your or the company to solve your problems?
I do believe we would make a good pair.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and fill out some paperwork.